Hello, student. Welcome of all of you in the online platform of Vishwas School. And good morning, student. Student 8th क्लास में हिस्ट्री का फर्स्ट लेसन हम पढ़ रहे थे. टुडे वी going to start our next topic. We are studying in last video the time frame under the modern or medieval history. So we are study about the 19th century British historian James Mill, that was the famous writer, philosopher, and a social economic reformer. He advocated the civilized and criticized the Asian society, including India. Today we are going to start a next topic. The remaining things about the Indian medieval history, Indian modern history, and about the James Mill's idea. The James division was full of drawback because it was based on the religions of rulers. James Mill divided the history according to the religions of the rulers. We are study already the Hindu, the Muslim, the British empires. This is the major division by the James Mill. So James Mill divide the Indian history on the religion of the rulers. It ignored the significance historian development in the society, economic, or the culture. When James Mill divided history on the religion base, he ignored the significance of the development and the other activity in the subcontinent or the India, like society, like economic development, like the cultural advancement. These are lagging behind the in the description of the James Mill, that was divided only on religious base. This division also ignored the rich diversity of the subcontinent, and this is the drawback of the James Mill study. He ignored the rich diversity of India and subcontinent. The Indian subcontinent or the Asian subcontinent are full of the diversity, cultural diversity, economic diversity, geographical diversity, but James Mill are not describe these diversity in their study. In order to get a clear picture of the more important change in the history, historians now generally divide the past into the three periods. The further historian of the modern Indian history now generally divide the past into three periods. There are the ancient period, the medieval period, and the modern period. These historians divide Indian history on the basis of three periods, but James Mill divide the Indian history according to the religion of rural, like Hindu, Muslim, British. But the modern historian divide the Indian history in the three major period, like the ancient period, medieval, and the modern. In this class we shall study the history of modern period. In the 8th class we study about only modern period history, 1750 AD. 1750 AD to Indian earlier after independence. It is the time of modern history. From 1750 in the 18th century, mid 18th century, the India's independent and the after independent. Modernity reflect material process and intellectual advancement. Modernity mean the reflection of the progress. Intellectual advancement mean the peoples of the subcontinent are now more aware about their social and economic and their cultural activity. They are advanced. Their idea is more liberal than better than before. It is associated with the growth of all the forces of modernity, and these intellectual advancement are associated with the growth of all forces of modernity like science, religion, equality, democracy, and liberty. These are the idea of intellectual advancement. These are the basic component like science, region mean the reason behind the things. The things are not accepted by the people according to religion, but if there are a region of the accepted these things, they accept. It means advancement, regional equality and democracy. These are the basic pillar of the society in the political form. And the liberty, most important things that the liberty, it means the independence. The people are liberal from all the forces. Since under the British rule, the people of India did not have freedom, equality, and economic prosperity. So this division also has some problems. There are some problem about the division of the historian on the ancient, medieval, and modern period are also reflected because the economic prosperity and the equality and the freedom have not in the society any freedom in this time in the 18th century, in the 19th century mid. That is why some historians call this period as colonial period. The modern period, first phase of the modern period, is called this period as a colonial period because the Indian did not get freedom, equality, and economic prosperity in this period. So historians say this period as a colonial period. Colonialization. Now we are going further for the colonization. Colonization refers to the process in which a powerful country control other politically and economically countries. Colonization is the process in which one strong country control over the other country in the form of political or economic resources. It means the colonization. In other words, when the subjection of the country by another lead to the political, economic, and social cultural change in the former, we call the process colonization. It means when the subjection of the country, subjection means the decision of the country taken by the other country, social decision, cultural decision, and the political decision taken by the other country, then we call the process colonization. The British and their missionaries initially come to India for trade and commerce and for the spread of Christianity. The British come to India for trade. They are simply want to trade and commerce is extended in the Indian subcontinent, so they chosen India for their trade and spread the Christianity in the religious form. They had no political ambitions. In the earlier period, when the British come to India, they had no political ambition. They did not want to control India for political reason, but they got lured by the riches and wealth of India. But the Indian wealth and Indian rich culture and resources attract them to control over India, politically control of India. Taking advantage of the unstable political conditions in the 18th century in India, gradually established their stronghold on all major economically flourishing centers. In the 18th century, the Indian society, Indian rulers, and Indian are unstable political condition. In India, there are everywhere the no unity in the Indian ruler and in the Indian society. So this advantage taken by the British, and they stronghold on all the major economic centers. Major economic center like Bengal, like Maharashtra and the South India and the Awadh, all the major economic powers centers stronghold by the British. You will study later on is to how after the Battle of Plassey 1757 and the Buxar 1764, the Indian economy was flourished. Indian economy a surplus and self-sufficient economy to a colonized economy. We can see after the Battle of Plassey and the Buxar, the control over India is gradually by the British rulers. The Britishers control India, win the Battle of Plassey and the Buxar. These are the center of economic flourish, and Indian economy transformed from a surplus and self-sufficient economy. Indian economy was that time self-sufficient and surplus. It means the profitable economy of India changed into the colonial economy in the 18th century. So Britishers come to India for their trade and commerce, but India's wealth attract them to control over the India, and they have done it through the Battle of Plassey and the Buxar. So thank you, have a nice day. Next वीडियो में हम आगे पढ़ेंगे. Thank you.